Why are you in the hospital? That's the number one question I get asked every time I'm on live. Let's answer some questions while I eat lunch. Let's yap. Today for lunch we have a Sprouts pesto chicken sandwich, okay? With a Sunsip cherry cola. I've never had Sunsip. We're trying it today for the first time. Yesterday I tried Half Day, which is a tea. It was superior. It was so good. So I'm wishing the best. I've had Olipop. I've had Popeye. I like trying new things to see what I like. Also, can never miss. These are my favorite chips from Sprouts. They're kind of like Daki's dupe. They're literally so bomb. And they don't have the red 40 dye. And they don't have as much coating as Takis do. But they're superior. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm talking about in it. I need my other hand for that. Let's start with this. No stevia. Okay. Prebiotics, vitamin, minerals. Period. Is there caffeine? I don't know. It's like, let's try. Let's get into it, okay? Enough with the yapping. Please be good. Okay, so 30 calories, 5 sugars, 8 carbs. All right. Wait. Dude. I'm like finding the best stuff. Dude, Sprouts really does it for me. Look, I love Whole Foods. I love Trader Joe's. But Sprouts has been on it. Like on it. Everything I've been finding from Sprouts, from their vegetables, from their fruits, from their deli stuff, from their salads. Everything is literally so bomb. Okay, so the number one question I get asked, why are you in the hospital? I'm in the hospital. Well, now I'm not in the hospital. This is a rehab center, a rehabilitation center that also specializes in respiratory. So people that have trachs, that are on oxygen. Today's my 4th day without oxygen. Clock it. So yeah, they also specialize in bariatrics. But this rehab center is not only bariatrics. Like, they don't manage weight. Do they have a dietitian? They do. But people don't come here to lose weight. So everyone always asks me, like, why aren't you losing weight? Or why aren't you doing this? This is not a facility to lose weight. I came here to regain mobility and to work on my respiratory. Because going on to the next question, why am I in the hospital? People think I'm in the hospital. I was in the hospital in Las Vegas for 4 months. I've now been at rehab for 2 months. I was in the hospital in Vegas for 4 months, and now I'm in rehab in Arizona. I've been here 2 months. So this all happened because I was at Paradise in Vegas, which if you don't know who they are, look them up on TikTok. And I was becoming lethargic a little. Like, I remember, so I went to the ER on January 7th. And this smells very pesto-y. And I remember, God, this is going to be a long video. Let that settle down because I don't like to bite into really cold things. And let's yap. So I was at Paradise, and I remember a couple days before I was feeling ill. Like, I felt like I didn't have a cough, but I could definitely feel like my breathing was getting heavier. I was tired all the time. So what I did is I DoorDashed some Kleenex, like NyQuil, DayQuil, Gatorade, electrolytes, and I was a Vicks Vaporub, and I was like, I'll just take this per usual, and I usually can get over it the next day. Well, the next day came, and I remember it being like 5 p.m., and I hadn't left my room. So at the time, my friends were concerned. And one of my friends had called the house to see if they've checked up on me. And so, long story short, they came to my room, and I just wasn't myself. My lips were purple. So they ran to CVS, and they got an oxygen reader. And they put it on my finger, and my oxygen was like 58. I can't remember if it was 48 or 58, but I think it was 58. And if you don't know what that means, it means you're about to die. Like literally. Your oxygen should always be above 90 specifically 92. It doesn't have to be 100, but it has to be in the 90s. If it's anything under 90, you're not breathing right. The oxygen is not reaching your brain. So the oxygen was not reaching my brain. Hello? And they were like, we can't move you. Like, we need to call the ambulance. So they called the ambulance. And honestly, if they wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have woken up the next day. Because I don't even remember those last couple of days. Like, they were so foggy to me. So then I went to the hospital, and they said, I think they said I became hypoxic. I don't know what that means really. But basically, your oxygen is not reaching anywhere in your body. My oxygen was still low at the hospital, supposedly. And then I tested positive for the flu type A, which is one of the worst ones. I also tested, I had pneumonia. I had fluid all in my lungs. Like, my lungs were filled with fluid. Mind you, in Seattle, because I lived in Seattle for the past 8 years before coming to Vegas, I was diagnosed with chronic severe sleep apnea. This was like back in 2019. So just imagine, from 2019 to 2025, I never wear a CPAP. If you don't know what a CPAP is, it's a machine that helps you breathe at night so the oxygen reaches your brain. Because when I sleep, I stop breathing. That's what sleep apnea is. So, and not necessarily only fat people have sleep apnea. A skinny person can have sleep apnea, okay? So it's not necessarily, is it due to weight? Yes. But for my case, yes, it is. But I'm just letting you know that anybody can have sleep apnea. So just imagine all those years I've gone without properly sleeping, right? Properly getting sleep. So by this time, like, my health is just bad. I'm like the heaviest I've ever been, 600 and like over 600 pounds. Like, it was not looking good for me. I was doing mukbangs every day, like, and there's no one to blame but myself. Like, I take accountability for that. So I don't want people here in the comments like talking crap, like, you shouldn't have gone there, etc. Like, the things I always hear, like, you know, I make my own decision. Nobody force fed me. Okay? So I'm in the hospital. All this is going down. I get intubated. Never in my life have I been intubated. If you don't know what being intubated is, please look it up. But basically, you're on life support. Your body's no longer breathing for you. Like, I had tubes down my throat. Okay? When I woke up, oh my God, it's about to reach 10 minutes. This is so long. I've only answered one of your guys' questions. This is ridiculous. I do not even want to do a part 2 to this, okay? But when I woke up, I had tubes in my mouth, multiple tubes. I was strapped down, like my arms, like, let's just say like you're arrested. I was strapped. Each arm was strapped because the first thing you do when you want to wake up is you want to pull the tubes out. Like, it's so uncomfortable in your throat. And yeah, that strap situation gave me so much PTSD. I couldn't handle it. I wanted to get out of the straps. But when I woke up, I realized that I couldn't feel my right leg, which is why I'm in rehab, because I can't walk yet. So that happened. But it gets better. I get intubated, not a second time again, not a third time. I got intubated a total of 4 times while I was there. And now, the second time that I woke up from my intubation, my arm is asleep. They say it's due to sedation, and I either slept on it, or it was positioned wrong, or because I just haven't walked, I haven't stood or moved my muscles in those 4 months of period. Like, just imagine bed rotting for 4 months, like being bedridden and not even standing up. My muscles need to get used to standing up again, which is what we're practicing in rehab every day. But it's about to reach 10 minutes, the video. That's basically why I'm here. So I'm in rehab now. Monday through Friday, I do physical therapy, occupational therapy. I've been sitting in my chair for long periods of times. I've been standing every day. The next steps will be to start taking steps and walking. And I want to so bad. Like, I want to regain my independence. Like, I've never been bedridden in my life until now. Like, this has been a very traumatic, like, big thing for me, but I'm coping with it. And I'm talking to you guys about it. So yeah, I'm sorry I only answered one of your questions, why is she in the hospital, but